want to give you a quick look around this campground in case you're ever thinking about coming up to the Northwestern Fairgrounds campground. As far as I'm concerned, it's a pretty nice little place. We paid $720 for a month. That's 28 days. And usually it's pretty quiet. Yesterday and the day before were kind of busy because they had a BMX competition going on over here next door. You've seen this picture before. Just to give you an idea of the space between the sites, about that much space on the other side. And they have 50 amp and 30 amp. There's no sewer hookup. You got water. Each spot is a gravelly area. The campground looks like this. It's a big open space. And personally, I like campgrounds without trees because that way I can get my satellite dish, SpaceX satellite dish to work. The BMX racetrack is right over there. The one's in the center here. So all 12 sites, this is the closest water to it. This campground is probably maybe 10 miles out of town. I kind of like it. It's quieter, away from town. Maybe 2-3 miles. And a nice grocery store. Plus, the best part is it's close to the sand dunes, to the Keweenaw Peninsula, where you have all the wineries, trails to hike on. This is the sidewalk over to the fairgrounds. I'll bet you this is a busy place come in August. This is the dump station that they have, and over there is the potable water. Generally, it's very quiet and it's not expensive. Hey, I wanted to give you an update on my Starlink. That has been working fantastic. When we were in Lower Michigan, we were lucky to get maybe 20 to 40 megabytes per second, which is still good. It's plenty for streaming and using. But today I checked it, we were 148 megabytes a second. The little bathhouse they have here. 6 little shower rooms. It's just too convenient to take a shower in my trailer, but each one has its own toilet. Got a really nice shower, good shower head, little kitchen. This year they have a camp host. They didn't have one last year. Today I'm going to show you how to protect your rubber tires. I know some people just buy those tire covers that you hook on there and they blow in the wind. But what I found is that if I use the special rubber treatment, and I'll show you in a second, I can protect the sidewalls of my tires. And I treat these about once a month. First I bought this rubber seal in the quart bottle. I used so much I liked it, and to save money I went ahead and bought this gallon. Next, you want to make sure that your tires are clean. You can see I've got some dirt on these, so I just take a towel and wipe it off. Spray on this rubber treatment pretty thick. As you can see, I go all the way around the tire, and then I come back and I look at the spots that maybe I missed, and I spray it again. Coating it pretty good. I got it pretty well coated. It says let it soak for 10 minutes or longer, and then you come back later and you'll wipe it off. Okay, I gotta go up my ladder and treat the plastic up there. Okay, we're up on the roof. First I'll clean all of those with this wash and wax all. This stuff treats plastic and rubber. The rubber coating on all my plastic now, and then I'm gonna come back and wipe it off. And then I just wipe it in to the plastic. Okay, got all the plastic treated up here on the roof now. And this slide is the hardest to do. This one does not have a top. So what I have to do is put a rag on the end of a pole. So see, I soak down the end of this rag that I have wrapped over the end of this long pole. I'm 69 and still pretty agile, but someday I wonder if I shouldn't not be climbing up this ladder. So I spray my cloth down, and then I go up and I just wipe it on the rubber. You can tell when you get it because the rubber turns glossier. As I'm going around the RV, I'll see all the rubber, and there's rubber around this door. There's a thin rubber gasket that runs around this window, and so I will always treat this rubber too to protect it from cracking. I put it on my rubber steps, and I put it on my Blue Ox. Then I wet down a rag to wipe off the tires. I got this little stool. It works pretty good for sitting down and wiping the tires off. So after that stuff sat for about 30 minutes, you can see it's pretty well soaked into the tire. But then I take a wet rag and kind of rub it all over, which if there's any that hasn't dried, it kind of rubs it on into the tire. So I got to go around and do all 4 tires. After I'm done doing the tires, they look much better. Then I always sit down in here and I clean out these rims. So spray that all the way around, get a clean rag, and you just start wiping the edges, and you go in circles. Then I'll come back and polish it. I come back with the soft one of these cloths and polish it up. Looking good.
Don't prove me wrong, prove you right.
We're gonna go on a little hike. We're gonna go to Ransom Lake Loop, and this is a 2.7 mile loop on Lake Ann, Michigan. Started on the beginning of the trail. Parked over here, and we come up, and we're almost halfway around the lake now, Ransom Lake. RV life. Fun at the laundromat. Take a bike ride on the Leelanau Trail. Another trail, Hidden Lake, Silver Lake. This is our last day in Traverse City, and tomorrow we head down to Farwell, Michigan. It's probably the way those people went.
If I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better if I wrote you a poem?
This is one gigantic stinking store. You will be shocked. Whole bunch of things for cooking over the fireplace. All kinds of camping stuff. It is $7.94 at Walmart. I can buy it here for $6.90. That's where I'm getting my thermosol from. They're getting ready for the fair. You saw all the rides just came in. All the people are showing up. They got all these extra RVs coming in here. All the people for the horse barns. There were about 50 more RVs back there. It's the day before we head out. So I always take down the Magna shade. And I gotta check all the tire pressures and then put the ladder away and some of the other outside stuff.
I know that you're curious, I know that you're strong, but life can be furious and things can go wrong. You go, we're better off tomorrow, but who knows if we get joy or sorrow. Stay true to that fire in your heart and your soul. Don't drench your desire in what you can't control. We fly, try so hard to get there, and we might be lost but not forever. There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering, before you make it safely to the end, the end, the end. Don't say you're ridiculous, you're not even close. Don't wish for indifference, you're not one of those. We fall, but we always rise up through.
Last night it rained to beat the band, and water was leaking through this crank for the antenna. So let's go up on the roof and see if we can figure out how water was getting in there.
It all, we get a little wiser. There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting.
we're getting ready to leave today. We got to head down to Farwell, Michigan. App called RV Checklist, and I have all these different checklists for different things, but the big one I use is RV Departure List, and this will tell me what I need to do in order to get ready to safely head down the road. I bought this little TMP tire pressure monitor, and it wasn't cheap, but I really like it because it keeps track of the Jeep tires and tells me if they're inflated while we're going down the highway, let alone the RV tires. If any air were to start to go out, then the alarm would come on. I'll put a link to that below in case you want to look it up. Our drawers kept sliding open when we were going down the road, especially when we were in the mountains. So I put in this eye hook, and we run this bungee cord down through these drawer handles, and I put an eye hook down underneath here in the bottom, and then that way, voila, now our drawers don't fling open as we're going down the road.